My name is Olivier Teethelt. I'm the founder of Outbound Catalyst, a go-to-market agency that builds revenue systems for B2B SaaS companies in Europe and the US. And today I want to show you exactly how we book qualified pipeline for companies like yours. We've helped companies go from inconsistent, unpredictable pipeline to a systematic outbound motion that runs like an actual infrastructure. This works for founder-led sales motions. For example, WeNight, a 7-person HR tech company, needed pipeline before they would hire a salesperson. We generated 42 qualified meetings, 188k euros in pipeline. They had 3.5 times the ROI and meetings on the calendars within the first 2 weeks. Talent Guide's founder came in skeptical. His exact words were that hired sales guns don't work. Well, he was wrong. We generated 40 plus qualified meetings, 350k in pipeline, and 70k in ARR closed. He generated net new clients within the first 90 days. It also works for existing sales teams who want to be more effective. Take Robaus, for example, a bootstrapped construction software company, one of the Financial Times' fastest growing companies in Europe. They wanted to grow without having to grow headcount. And with 5 sales reps, we built a system, and today they're consistently adding 50k ARR per month. And the last 2 years, it translated into 2 million in net new ARR. Then on the VC-backed side, we have Demodesk, a Y Combinator-backed AI meeting intelligence platform who needed qualified pipeline without the overhead of an SDR team. We generated 16 ICP fit meetings in 2.5 months, and every single one converted to an opportunity. The head of sales managed the entire engagement in 30 minutes a week. Then we have RoboVision, a series vision AI company scaling across verticals whose SDR team was spending more time on manual research and list building than on actual outreach. We took that work off their plate, standardized the outbound infrastructure across verticals, and gave their reps time back to do the one thing they're actually there to do, speaking to prospects. All this to say the system works. What it produces is a full calendar of right fit prospects. But here's the thing most outbound agencies won't tell you. Most outbound is actually activity theater. Someone built a sequence, they're uploading 500 leads a day into templated campaigns, and then the open rates look okay, but the meetings don't come. Or when they do, they're the wrong fit. And it's not because the team isn't working hard enough, it's because the system was built around volume instead of signal. So you're interrupting strangers at random. There's no precision, no timing, no reason that that particular person should hear from you today rather than 6 months from now. And that's the root cause, because sending more emails won't fix it. So let me walk you through the exact system that does work step by step. Everything starts with mapping your market. We start from your total addressable market, which is every company that could theoretically buy from you. From there, we use ICP modeling to narrow that down to your qualified accounts, the companies that actually fit based on firmographic variables, technographic signals, industry context, and business characteristics. AI will then classify and score these accounts against your criteria, so nothing good gets missed and nothing irrelevant gets through. But a qualified account is not the same as a ready account. So we go one layer further to what we call your ideal situational client profile. These are the companies inside your ICP that are showing active buying signals right now. A new VP of sales just hired, a funding round just closed, 3 open roles that map exactly to the problem you solve. That's a company with an urgent active need, and that's who you need to reach out to first. Once we know who the right accounts are, and when they're in market, we match them with the right buyer personas inside these accounts. The decision makers, the champions, the blockers, and we tier the entire list. Tier 1 are your dream clients. Your team reaches out manually with bespoke messaging built around the specific signals that triggered that account. High effort, but also high relevance. Tier 2, the semi-automated layer. Systematic outreach with phone follow-up layered in for accounts that engage but don't convert immediately. Tier 3 is fully automated. High volume, lower ACV segments where you only follow up on engaged replies. All research and list building happens before any message is sent. Your reps close, they don't research. The piece that most agencies skip entirely is the infrastructure that makes this compound over time rather than reset every quarter. So everything we build gets reported back into your own CRM. Every signal that fired, every reply received, every meeting booked, every deal won or lost, it all flows back into the same place, so your pipeline view is always live and your team always knows what's working. In parallel, every process, every campaign structure, every targeting decision gets documented in Notion, in your language, in a format your team can actually use. So when something works, you know exactly why. And when something doesn't, you know exactly what to change. And when you want to bring any of this in-house, the playbook already exists. The results is a feedback loop that gets smarter with every cycle. Not a campaign that runs for 90 days and then disappears. It's an actual system that compounds. But allow me to be direct about something. No matter what stage you're at, early stage founder, you're a VP of sales at a Series B, you're a revenue leader at a scaling company, you do not want meetings for the sake of having more meetings. Activity theater is the thing we're trying to kill here, and we're not going to rebuild it with a different logo on it. What we track across every client and every campaign is what happens after the meeting gets booked. We consistently see over 70% conversion from qualified meeting to real opportunities across our clients. And that number matters because it tells you the meetings we book are actually worth having. The prospect had a real problem, the timing was right, and the conversation went somewhere. And because you're talking to the right people, every conversation teaches you something, what your market actually cares about, what objections come up, what framing works. The system gets better every single time. So here's how an engagement actually starts. Most B2B companies we work with are dealing with one or more of 5 recurring go-to-market infrastructure problems. We see them across every type of company, bootstrapped or VC-backed, early stage or scaling. The first one is a broken data foundation. A dirty CRM, stale lists, inconsistent enrichment. Second one is a no signal intelligence layer, no systematic way of knowing when an account goes in market. Third one, manual research, creating a speed talks, reps doing work that shouldn't be theirs. Outbound without context, so sequences with no connection to what the account is actually experiencing. And multi-market complexity, wanting to expand into new geographies with no infrastructure for it. And we have a specific solution for each of these. The first one is what we call data infrastructure. This is your CRM enrichment, your list hygiene, and your unified data foundation. The second one is a go-to-market signal engine, which monitors live your market, buying signals, and in-market identification. Third one, programmatic go-to-market operations, automated list building, ICP classification, inbound scoring, meeting intelligence. Fourthly, precision outbound engine, a 3-tier account model, AI personalized sequences, deliverability, reply handling, and qualification. And the fifth, multi-market go-to-market infrastructure, per country data testing, local signal calibration, compliant infrastructure, and market validation in 4 to 6 weeks. Most clients start with the 1 or 2 models that match their most acute problems. The system is designed to compound. So as each layer gets added, the ones underneath get sharper. So how do we actually start? Well, we start by understanding where you are. Your ICP, your current pipeline sources, what's been tried, what's worked, what hasn't. From there, we define the build sequences and get to work. Everything is documented. Everything is reported back into your CRM, and you always know exactly what's running, why, what it's producing. So if you're a B2B SaaS founder or revenue leader who wants to stop guessing and start generating pipeline with precision, this is what we do. So we work with a small number of clients at a time so we can actually build the system properly. Book a call with our team below, and we'll have a real conversation about where you are in terms of go-to-market infrastructure, where it has gaps, and whether we're, the right fit to fix them. No decks, no demos, just an honest conversation. Talk soon. Bye-bye.